chief for Detroit schools firing back tonight over allegation that he is to blame for the district losing out on millions of dollars. He vented tonight at the first board meeting since that costly revelation. 7 Action News reporter Brian Abel is standing by live now, digging into who's at fault in this thing, because we lost a lot of money in this deal. Brian.
Yeah, and the fumbling of all of this can really be traced back to this summer. There was a transfer of leadership, and now the CFO is saying, how can I be the one to blame when I resigned 6 weeks before a deadline?
Ultimately, it was the former CFO that should have turned in the form, and if the form had not been turned in, to notify the transitioning team.
That's Detroit Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti a few weeks ago, laying blame for a $6.5 million blunder at the feet of former CFO Marios Dimitriou for not getting paperwork to the state in time for a reimbursement. At the first board meeting since the debacle, Dimitriou taking to the mic to defend his name.
Express my frustration.
I left the school district on June 30th, 2017. I resigned 6 weeks before the deadline.
But the process of that filing
Yes.
started before your resignation.
That is correct. The process started. The necessary forms they were never given to me to sign, basically. Why wouldn't I sign it? It's just one signature.
Dimitriou indeed gave his resignation May 31st, the deadline for the reimbursement August 15th. Superintendent Vitti gave this statement tonight, saying in part, "It is astonishing to think that an organization would not expect the outgoing CFO to keep his documented word that he would submit the necessary paperwork." Board member Lamar Lemon says there are now steps in place to make sure this mess up doesn't happen again. Where does the buck stop with this?
Well, the buck ultimately stops with the board for not putting in the safeguards.
And he says those safeguards are now in place. Now, the $6.5 million, it doesn't actually affect the classroom. The reimbursement would have affected the mill debt that the district owes. That's what it would have gone to. So there's a taxpayer aspect here. But officials tell me that they are still working with the Treasury Department of Michigan to try to see if they can still get that $6.5 million back even after that deadline has passed. Reporting live in Detroit, Brian Abel, 7 Action News.
Certainly hope so. A lot of money to miss out on. Thank you so much, Brian.